Daydream Society. 2. I'm already halfway back to the apartment when my phone rings. I answer it to the dry, empty whisper of bad transmission. Cyndi's voice is equally dry. "Silas, can you come now?" I hear in her words a microtone of desperation. "To your place?" I ask. "Yes." Over the little speaker in my phone, she begins to say something which collapses into mumbles, unintelligible, and ends with, "So, can you come?" Fuck. I wasn't really doing anything anyway. I hang up the phone and I'm there in half an hour. On the gray carpet of her apartment, tinged with the stains of old tenants and spilled wine, Cyndi's curled up over a charcoal sketching of a naked man. She looks like a train wreck. "Tried everything I can," she mumbles in low tones as I seat myself on her couch, looking at me with cerulean eyes. Those eyes are unsettling, almost like staring into two entangled alien moons. I haven't even had the chance to say hello. Cyndi erupts into subtle sobs. It's like the charcoal bends in my hands. It creates whatever it wants, not what I fucking want. Her body seems to crumple around itself, hair splayed across her back, the spine bent over like a protective shield against the world. I feel helpless in situations like these. Her sketch pad is laden with smeared charcoal and what looks like a residue of tears. Underneath all that, outlined and erased, a man hunches over himself, elbows on his knees, gazing at the floor, eyes shadowed. I study his facial features. The hair is tangled and long, the goatee a tsunami. Even his nose seems prominent and mocking. His body is thin with strong arms. "It's Felix," she whispers. "I've erased it 5 times and redrawn it. It's always Felix." Cyndi looks up at me now, and her open eyes convey intricate volumes of a despair. Floods, sadness in cold winters, hurricanes of Gilgamesh, the laughter of little children dancing in the heather outside the Temple of Lao Tsun. A pedophile's wet dream. She pushes me with one hand lightly back onto her floor and rests next to me, one arm to her chin. She's eyeing me with an artist's understanding of composition. I feel exposed. Blue-gray light filters through plastic shades, bent, splaying itself into pointed mandalas, creating pinwheels in the aftermath of passing cars. Cyndi passes her arm around behind her and takes out her rigs. They're kept inside the pages of a hollowed-out Bible, yellowed with age. She's a well-organized user. She unlatches the brass hinge and removes the works, antique with the notches painted on and crafted of heavy glass. The skag's there too, lumped into a square foil. She taps too much of it down onto her spoon. The fire from a Bic lighter changes its color, dilutes the drug into a usable form. She asks if I can hit her. She can't do it right when she's under stress. Her arm is tortured, veins like strangled riverbeds, parched, quivering, racked, noosed by my cloth belt. I lower the guillotine, breaking into her blue-gray flesh, past the screaming cells, filling a dry ravine. Muddy brown Mississippi trash, the ground-up and pre-processed storybook children, lost in a fairy tale injection, flooding her, making her fairy wings click, move, sigh. Her breath is slow, rolling like wind off the dry husks of yesterday's tectonics. My vision of her, technicolor and fragmented. Cyndi's eyes dim out for a moment. She traverses the rings of inferno, exudes auras, hard to read, then reaches in seconds the white light of Bardo. Her head rolls back. I release the guillotine. She falls away. Cyndi's room is dim. A melancholy piece by the Smiths plays over a radio on the floor. A mattress is laid down askance without a sheet, perfect for the nod. The music hollows out these little pools for us to lay in there. I let my breath go, careless, while my heart beats, like the tick-tick of a clock, insistent. Somewhere in Italy, fireworks go off over a beach. Cyndi is a bird of prey, and she is eaten. The rush warms her like a hot sun. She swoons. The light beams cross over Cyndi's hand and down her leg. She stirs, restless. Somewhere outside a car passes, blasting dubstep. I'm peering through an azure, cloudy coloration of what are probably my own misfired neurons, watching layers of paint swim in the off-white ceiling. Next to me, Cyndi's pale hand comes to rest against mine. There's an instant electric impulse, static between soothing radio. Strange conceptions, dualistic rhythms of heaven and purgatory, glimpses of an afterlife, eternally long and occasionally spiked with pleasure, dreary sunshine, the pleasures of dirt. Forearms laced with pulsing bulbous veins, grafted, pregnant, sick, hypodermic, inflicted, a scathing glance, childish catatonia frothing with a love virus, cooked H, saliva, spilled blood, and our shared insights undergo osmosis and spiral down the drain in a wash of empty. The music changes to a slow dirge by the Velvet Underground, coming to us from the other room, but feeling farther away. The tom drum mimics my heartbeat, thump by thump. Breath comes quick on a lost afternoon, and New Orleans is blistered with gray, oil, and landfill, covered over with cement and the veneer of Caribbean paints. Our breath intermingles, entwining above us in spirals, whispering pallid secrets. It's cruel outside, scraped clean like pigeon's bones, an unforgiving city afternoon. The Daydream Society, page 5. Warning, contents may be breakable. The lungs rattle like a didgeridoo, heartbeat fetal in a glass cage, shattering glass and bleeding lips. An open sore unfolds a puzzle within landscaped facial growth. The doors creaking open in that constricted wind. Complaints of the joint board members in glass skyscraper chairs, conspiratorial whispers above a flooded mud city. We're wasting away down there below, clinging to babies in bruising desperation, sucking the mana out of them, catatonic and restless, hungry, paling, and waning translucent with each beating of the pulse controlled by the cockroach mind of board members, sniveling and swallowing their snot cyclically over open cold sores. The skyscrapers dance and mock. With his back to us, leaning against the metal edifice, a busker strums his little Spanish guitar, licks he learned from binary printouts, burnt in the glow of a dying sun. Contents probably breakable, the size of a deflated Hindenburg populace gust down through sewer grates, over the shrunken bodies of the artists who were used up and cast aside. Help me out of a machine. Stop and go. Seesaw binary transactions. Spontaneously combust, leaving an oily residue of afterthought. Benign, cocksucking void Ouroboros. Sell sadness. Eat tonight. Feed family. It's touch and go at this point. We might stop, expire, we might drown. Take off our clothes and fuck. Rattle squish, attract molds. The clouds are eaten by birds, nothing left save a grin, and the monolingual crunching of gears. Rust, pop, screams, calling out to unseen voyeur. Hold it, fuck, stop, egg machine, tears.